Good morning, students. Welcome back to English class. So, do you ever think about it that parts of speech kind of have personalities? So we had about verbs. I don't think I'm a verb. You know, when I think of a verb, I think of things that are action. And I like to do things, I like to get things done, but I don't see myself as really a person that just gets things going, makes things happen. When I look at an adjective, I think of an adjective as a helper. And just take that noun and pronoun and add something to it. Describe it. Say something about it. So they're assisting words. And we need all of the parts of speech, just like we need every kind of person. So we need everyone, whether you're a verb full of zest or you're a helper kind. But today, we have adjectives to talk about. Again, something you learned way back. First grade, probably. So an adjective is a word or words that answers these four questions. Now, you're learning them again in a different order than I did, so I can rattle it off, which, whose, how many, and what kind of. But they put the order differently, so we'll do it their way. Which, what kind of, how many, and whose. Words that answer those questions about nouns and pronouns. So the nice thing about adjectives, they're simpler than adverbs. You know, adverbs, they can modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Not adjectives. They only modify nouns or pronouns. Okay, and just one that you don't want to miss. And it's surprising. Students miss this. They get stuck. I can't find any more adjectives. Just get these free answers and let it sink in your mind and never forget it. A and the articles, are always adjectives. Okay? Repeat this with me. A and the, always adjectives. So, free answers when you're doing adjectives. Alright, you like my clean board? Got the board all nice and clean. When there are no students here, teachers have to do their own cleaning, so I guess they need to learn sometime, don't you think? Alrighty, so let's talk a little more about these adjectives. The next thing that your book talks about, by the way, we're on lesson 9 and page 30. I forgot to tell you that. So if you don't have your book turned to page 30, then by all means get there. We didn't do the hand raise or anything. So hopefully you're there. All right, so page 30, adjectives. The next thing are the different kinds of adjectives. So the next thing they mention are appositive adjectives. All right, I know this could confuse you, but don't let this confuse you with the appositives that are nouns. So there is a noun form of an appositive, when there's a noun comes pretty much immediately after the subject and renames the subject or just clarifies the subject. We call that an appositive. Well, appositive can be used to describe adjectives or be a kind of adjective. So it's an adjective of the word adjective. The word adjective is a noun. So there are appositive adjectives. What does that mean? It simply means, so you have the subject, appositive adjectives are going to follow after the subject. So they're the follow after kind. But before the verb. Okay, so you call those appositive adjectives. Alright? That's pretty easy. Next kind of adjectives are those predicate adjectives that we so fondly abbreviate with PA. And we just had about linking verbs. So when you have a subject and a linking verb, you could have a predicate adjective that goes back and describes the subject. Of course, don't forget the other kind of adjectives, the participles. Participles are verbals. That's the other of the three. We've had infinitives and gerunds in review, and now they're taking a look again at participles. And participles can be tricky because they end in I and say. Okay, so we have a verb that's acting as an adjective, and they can end in ing. And you just learned a couple days ago about gerunds that can end in ing. So this can be a little confusing, but not really, because a gerund is always going to function as a noun, and a participial will be describing a noun pronoun. So they can end in all kinds of ways. ing, they can end in d, they can end in ed, or t, like burnt toast, or en. And they give you a few examples here. So honking geese. See, honk is normally a verb. Honk, honk. But honking geese with the ing describes the geese. Broken window. If you broke the window, that was a verb. But now to describe the window, you can call it broken. So we have the verb broke with an en, turns it into an adjective. Broken window. Crushed ice. If you crush something, that's a verb, but you add the ed, describe ice, you have an adjective. Those are verbals. And just while we're on the subject, so we don't forget it, verbals are diagrammed differently. You always, participles are always diagrammed like you would infinitives. You use two lines, and you put the verb part of the word here, and the remainder, such as the ed or t or ing or whatever is left, down here. Okay, now we have just a long list of other words that can be used as adjectives. So we have these possessive pronouns. My, your, his, her, its, our, and their. When they're used with a noun, they are pronouns. We have the demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these, and those, used as adjectives. The interrogative pronouns that can be used to, that are used to ask a question. Often they're going to be right in front of a noun, and so they will be an adjective. All right, then finally, if you turn the page over to number 31, page 31, top of the page, the indefinites. The each, either, neither, and so on. And we're going to have an indefinite review coming up. But for now, we're going to look at these indefinite pronouns that are being used as adjectives. Now, they're not always adjectives. They could be subjects. In fact, they often are. And that's what's going to be in the review that's coming up here in a few days. But for this one, when they're in front of a noun, then they are adjectives. They want $30 for both chairs. How many chairs? Both chairs. So you have an adjective. All right, so let's take a look at number 1. And you have these, you're supposed to underline all the adjectives in the sentences, including the participles. Now, you listen real carefully. I'm going to give you a hint. Did I just make a grammatical error? You listen carefully. Okay? Listen very carefully, and I'm going to give you a hint. So grab your pencil and listen carefully. There are you listening? 55 adjectives. Okay, write that down. Now, you need to know just a couple other things. Go down and look at number 5. Number 5, when you enter Mr. Aberthanes, I don't know how you pronounce that. Anyway, this Mr. Aberthanes, that's just one adjective. So underline that as one word. Only counts as one. Also, down in number 8, I bought this teddy bear soft and cuddly. Is teddy bear the name, or does teddy modify bear? Well, you could do it either way, but in the count of 55, teddy is an adjective. Okay, got it? 55 adjectives. Mr. Abernathy is one. Teddy is going to be called an adjective, even though you could say teddy bear as part of the word. Any questions? Well, give me a call if you get stuck. Now, how do you call me if it's not Tuesday? That's a really good question. You know, you can call me anytime, really. Tuesdays work better because I'm here at school, but you can call me other days too. One problem I have, if I'm working around home, sometimes my phone doesn't work very well. So if you want to, send me a text. Just say, could you please call me? And I usually can get the text, and then I can try to find a good spot and give you a call and try to help you if I can. Evenings work fine. We're always home, nowhere else to go. So call me evenings if you have a question. Okay, so how do you diagram adjectives? They just go under the nouns or pronouns they modify, and then predicate adjectives, of course, follow. We had it up here earlier. Predicate adjectives follow the linking verb, and participles, I already demonstrated, are on this length of line. Okay, I think you're ready to go. The rest of the we remember part look like things my 8th graders can handle. Some 8th graders probably couldn't, but I think these 8th graders can. So I believe you're good to go. But if you do have a question, feel free to send me a text or give me a call, and I'll be happy to try to help you. So enjoy your English lesson today. Hope it goes well.